everybody, and welcome to another speed build. We are finally making a restaurant. Yes, I have finally got the Dine expansion pack, and yes, I kind of went to town with this build. I was so excited. I think it's because I would just built it up from not having it for so many weeks. I mean, it's probably only been like a week or two that I haven't had it. But because I was kind of thinking of ideas and getting really built up in my head, when I finally did get it, I literally spent about 3 or 4 hours on this build, which it's kind of big, especially as this isn't even a super big lot either. The actual build itself is fairly small, but I think what we do here is we start the exterior and really try and perfect it. And I'm really happy with how it turns out. So what we are actually doing today, because I realised I haven't actually explained it, I am making a Lebanese restaurant. For those of you who might not have had Lebanese food before, Lebanese is pretty much my favourite kind of food from the country of Lebanon in Western Asia, I believe. And to be fair, I didn't really know too much about Lebanon before even starting this build. I've eaten at some Lebanese restaurants before, but I've never visited there myself. I know the capital, I believe it's the capital, I hope I'm getting all of this information right, Beirut, or Beirut, I don't know how to pronounce these things, is absolutely gorgeous. And throughout kind of anything that I do know about Lebanon seems to be lots of colour, but also this kind of beautiful, I don't know how you describe it, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, because I wanted to add the kind of sandy features. We're obviously building in, what is this one called? Desert Springs? Is that actually what it's called, or is that from Cars? Pixar's Cars? I can't remember. Oh, my brain's gone all funny today. But yeah, we're building in this beautiful sandy area, but then you have the mixture of the really bright turquoise colours, and some pinks, and just lots of really nice, beautiful colours. And yeah, so we are just building the exterior right now. So weirdly enough, I actually started a Pinterest board for, basically when I didn't have this restaurant pack, I was starting a Pinterest board, because I was like, well, if I can't make stuff, I'm going to look up beautiful buildings. And I found a lot of really beautiful buildings from Beirut and other places in Lebanon. And there was this one with some really gorgeous, are they called verandas? I really need to get better vocabulary for houses if I need to talk to you about it. But those the curved parts that are coming out there. And weirdly enough, I noticed throughout the build, on the left hand side there, you can see, I think that might be a gym or something, but that has similar curved parts to it. And I think it just settles into landscape really well in the end. So I'm really pleased with kind of how it fits in, because sometimes when you do slightly more interesting builds, slightly more obscure ones, I suppose, they can sometimes look a bit strange if you just stuck this one into the normal, Newcrest or whatever. But in this setting, I think it looks even more beautiful, and the lighting and everything, it fits really well. The other reason I wanted to do a Lebanese restaurant, other than the fact it is some of my favourite food, basically it's very, what would you describe it as? Lots of hummus, falafel, pita, so many lovely things. There's some tabbouleh, is that what it's called? Lots of just different bits to pick at, and that's some of my favourite food, it honestly is. I think the most famous restaurant or I think it's the chain of restaurants in London for Lebanese food is a place called Comptoir Lebanese. If you're in London, or I don't know if it would be anywhere else, but I would recommend trying that out as like a good place to kind of get a grasp of what kind of food. I mean, maybe real Lebanese people would be like, that is not good enough for what real Lebanese food could be, but for me that was where I kind of got introduced to it, I suppose. I mean, I've always loved anything to do with like spices and falafel and all that kind of stuff, so I mean, I was already game. But the other reason I wanted to do this build was because obviously since the Dine expansion has been out for a while, we've seen a lot of people doing lots of different builds. I think some really gorgeous like seafood restaurants, Italian restaurants I've seen, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different and see how far we could push the restaurant idea. Sadly, obviously, when we get to the menu part, which I don't think I've actually included in this because it would have been sped up anyway, but obviously you can't do too much creative stuff with the menu. It's obviously just like set stuff. I tried to pick what I thought might be like relatively. I think you can get like hummus and pitta for a starter, for example, but yeah, for the most part we can't really do exactly tailored menu, because I guess when the Sims team were making this, they probably weren't thinking Lebanese food as the start. But we're really getting into the bulk of the front now. It's really starting to come together. I love that like turquoise colour. People call it turquoise or turquoise. I've always said turquoise, and then I found out when I was like 20 or something that everyone was laughing at me for saying turquoise. I think it's turquoise. Now it doesn't even sound like a word at all. And then for a long time we have this red colour, which I wish was kind of a bright pink. I think if it was a bright pink then that goes with the front door as well, then I would have probably kept it like that. But I think in the end, I can't honestly remember what we go for in the end. We might just either stick with the turquoise or go for something more subtle on the second floor. I'm not 100% sure. We do a lot of things with this front. We also use the really nice steps. These are some of my favourite steps in The Sims that have the really pretty tiled floor, because that's a lot of the... So basically when I was looking at my Pinterest board for Lebanese inspiration, there was lots of beautiful tiles, really nice fabrics, different dyed colours and all sorts of stuff. So I really wanted to make that a big theme of this build, and when we go into the interior there is definitely lots and lots more colour, but the front, you know, has definitely got a lot of character to it, so I'm really happy with that. Oh, do we just stick with the white? Yeah, I think we might do that. I'm not 100% sure. We tried for ages on this roof. I don't know why, like whether it's just me or not. I think we even try and like go and try and sort it by the colour white, but there's no roof colour that goes with that roof topping thing, and it looks fine in different colours of light and stuff, but it just looks really like beige. I don't know. And obviously it looks fine in the end, but yeah, I would like one that actually is that brilliant white that we have for the roof trimming colour. I don't know, maybe it's just like the lighting engine won't render like pure white for that kind of thing. Adding a tiny bit of foliage as well, I think it's really as well like brings a bit more character into the place. Doing the classic climbing wall little plants here. Why do I always forget what this is called? I don't know, but and some little plant boxes and things. I decided to just keep it very green at this point, because I wasn't really sure, like with the colours of the building and stuff, I don't know if I wanted to put in like all sorts of bright coloured like flower crawlers or whatever, but you know, it looks quite nice and lush really. I guess the idea is it's sort of like little flower beds that are kind of overgrown, and it just adds a little something to this build. I think a little bit more greenery, because there is quite a lot of greenery around this world. I actually struggled at the beginning to find like a lot where it was sand on the ground, because quite a lot of it you have like grassy ground. But yeah, and we do change up the front as well. It's looking a little bit patchy at the moment, so I think we keep it a lot more simple in the end. Here's when we actually change it to a restaurant, and I realise, oh yeah, we don't do anything super exciting with the outfits or anything, mainly because when I tried to get it to custom, it said, are you sure you want to go to CAS mode? And I was really scared it would like lose some of my game or something. I don't know, it probably doesn't whatsoever, but yeah, I will check that out. That was annoying how when I cropped it in there it went dark. Obviously just a lighting engine thing, can't help it. But yeah, really putting in some little plants now. All of these plants, I think I said in one of my builds, I can't remember which one, that like I'm so excited for the plants of this Dine expansion. Like some of the little pot plants are so nice. I was gonna go with that terracotta, but no. no. But yeah, some of the little pot plants, I think pretty much all of them are ones that I will 100% use like all the time now. I put that little fish over the entrance because I thought, even though that's probably for the like seafood restaurant kind of stuff, I don't know, you can have like the fishing village kind of vibe. I'm not sure if Lebanon has a big fishing industry, but perhaps that is something I need to do a little bit more of. I mean, it was cool like looking it up from trying to do this build and trying to research it a little bit more, because yeah, it's one of the things that I've always said, like, oh, I love Lebanese food, but I'd never really looked specifically to see what it borders and things, so, and the kind of culture that there is there. So yeah, really educational, Sims, good job. We were gonna just leave this back quite plain, but I am really pleased I sort of pushed myself to do a little bit more. As you might know from my other builds, I quite often forget about the back of builds, so I've really been trying to make an effort to do something a little bit more interesting. So here's me trying to do something a little bit more interesting. We do a curved roof. Yeah, I hardly ever do curved roofs. I don't think I've ever actually done a curved roof, but I thought it fitted with this style of building. So yeah, and that in the end, that like outhouse bit turns into like the kitchen and the bathrooms on the top floor. So yeah, I thought that worked out quite nicely because it meant we just had lots more room for the actual dining part, because yeah, this is actually quite a small little lot, and so we actually got a good amount of space in the actual dining part, which I thought was nice. And then we had a couple more little balconies. I guess this is like another thing where it's just like you just add a little bit of detail. It doesn't really add anything, you can't do much out here, but it just makes the whole build look a lot more realistic. Maybe like this was originally a really old building, and it's had that new kind of part added onto it with all the plumbing parts, and yeah, I think it just adds a little bit more to it. So I was pleased with how that turned out. I keep saying that. I'm pleased with this whole build. Oh, we were going to add a green roof for a second. I was like, no, it doesn't look quite good. I like those windows. I do like those windows, but I thought they might be a bit too churchy for this build. I don't know. What do you think? I think they are a little bit churchy to me. So we stuck with just lots of archways. I think that's what I've noticed about looking up Lebanese architecture as well during my my research period. There's lots and lots of archways and this kind of thing where you have the archways and then it goes into windows. It's something I've never really done in The Sims before, but I think it looks real nice. So yeah, I really like this exterior. I think it's one of my favourites. You know what, I think I say this every time that I make a build, and I honestly think having this YouTube channel has really helped me assess what I like doing in builds, how I'm getting better in builds. So that's why I keep saying it, is because honestly I think I am improving every time, because I'm sort of watching back what I do and thinking, oh, maybe I can do this next time, and knowing that it's going to be shown to people, I kind of push myself a little bit further. So thank you guys for sticking with me, and yeah, like we've almost got 100 subscribers on this channel, which is just crazy to think like 100 people would want to watch me play The Sims. Is just very, very cool. We use these gorgeous strips of pattern, which are new with the Dine thing, and in the end they actually light up, which I don't know if they're supposed to do that because it's not in the lighting part, I don't think, but they are just really nice. I thought they were very appropriate for this build. But yeah, like thank you so much for sticking with me for these first videos. I wanted to make, like, I think in my first week I literally was making a video every day. I'm finally realizing that that's not entirely possible if I do anything else with my week. But you know, I really do enjoy making these videos, so I just want to keep making as many as possible. And I won't want to not do it at any point, I don't think. Like, there's not been a moment where I've sat down and been like, oh, you know what I don't want to do right now? It's play The Sims. So it's just, you know, it's just the rest of my life that kind of takes it away from me, and it's like, oh, I've got to do some actual, like, paid work before I sit down and spend 4 hours on The Sims. This was in an evening. I think I didn't even realise that it was going on that late, and before I knew it, it was like 1 a.m, and I was like, I've really been playing Sims for a really long time. This is a little glitch that's always fun to handle, where the roof kind of stuff sticks through. A bit sad, but we do actually fix it in the end. I can't quite remember how it gets fixed. I think I was almost beginning to, like, you'll see actually, I begin to make it into a feature, like, here we go, I like start putting that, and I think that actually looks pretty cool, to be honest. Like adding a bit more, what are they called, curtains to the build. I think it looks really pretty, but then we do something. Oh, do we do that? I don't know. I have no idea. And we do get rid of them in the end. But, you know, I think it does look nicer as a pure open plan thing. It really opens the area up, especially when we put in all the high detail of the flooring and stuff like that. The flooring downstairs we will spend quite a while on, guys, just so you know, because it goes a little bit insane. But I'm really pleased with the finished thing. The other thing you'll notice is obviously this video is 40 minutes long. Wow. That's because I noticed a lot of other Sims builds don't really do it in 2 parts anymore. I feel like I used to watch people do builds in 2 parts. But nowadays, I think when you're just doing one single build that's kind of this small, I'm happy to sit and watch a 40-minute build. I really am. So, I mean, we do actually cut out a little bit at the end, which is kind of sad. I didn't realise that I'd stopped filming, but then we have a ton of screenshots to show you, so should get a good gist of what the whole building looks like. But yeah, I hope that's something that you guys are happy with, that these are going to be longer videos, these builds, because I just like sitting down and watching the people just talk without having to be like disrupted by like a day or whatever, because what I previously do is kind of do it in 2 parts of like 20-minute episodes, so I would be ending like right about now, to be honest, and I think that would kind of I don't know, maybe it would be a bit too disruptive. You'd kind of forget where we left off, and also I guess it just makes the time that you actually spend talking about the build, not that I'm doing much of that at the moment, but the time you spend talking about the build is kind of interrupted by like bye, hello, that kind of thing. So yeah, let me know what you think about me doing that sort of thing. This is when we start to add some tiling. We don't add the tiling to this room, but we do add this nice blue, which I think I've spoken about before because I really do like that blue, and it kind of reminds me of a tile. I guess that's kind of what we're going with here, is that probably would be a tiled pattern, like a sort of slaty. What are tiles made out of? Porcelain? Am I being an idiot? Clay tiles? Anyway, so this isn't supposed to be wallpaper. I think it would be really nice if they were like painted tiles. And then the flooring at the moment is fairly boring. So we do something a little bit crazy with it. Also, for a while, like, I don't really know what to do with the kitchens at the builds at the moment, because I make, you know, quite a big space for them, and then I get around to it and I'm just like, you literally don't need anything else. Also, we move the kitchen, we do move the kitchen back downstairs. At the moment we're on this, like the first floor. We actually move it to the ground floor and make this the bathroom. I just think it made more sense that way. It didn't really make any sense that the kitchen would be on the upper floor. I don't know. And I think it flowed a little bit better there as well. Didn't work with this little thing through the wall, but in the end I don't think it really needed to have a thing through the wall. I think that's more for the kind of diner situation rather than a fancy restaurant. I mean, this isn't super fancy. I mean, you might disagree, it does look a little bit fancy, but I think you'd still happily, like, bring your family to this dinner, to this restaurant, and you'd happily, like, you know, just have a date here. This would be an adorable date situation. In fact, I took some screenshots with, not with them, like, really, but, like, as I was taking some screenshots, I used Claudia from my LP, who is the girl that Louis Melton is dating. So, spoilers if you're not watching my LP, but yeah, so they're kind of showing up in the background in like one of the screenshots, I think. Here you can see me trying to do a thing with the tiles. Now these are some really fun tiles. Where are these tiles from? You can't see because there is a little thing, but are they from Spa Day? No, I'm not sure, but they're really beautiful. They come in some really beautiful colours, and I've done lots of interesting stuff with them before, but I decided to use the actual like quarter tiles. If you press Control F, I believe it is, you can go into this really tiny little triangle tiles, and I decided to just use all the different colours. Oh, here they go. It comes in Get Together, the expansion. I can see that little Get Together icon there. And yeah, like we do a bunch of stuff, and it is looking quite loud at the moment. This is really cute, actually. I really like this, and it came from me not wanting to do like the same crazy loud stuff, but still wanting a bit of difference, and I think it worked out nicer. If I wasn't so stubborn, I'd probably like go and delete all of this downstairs one and make the rest of it look like that. But in the end we compromise by adding a nice, and this was really nice, using those rugs as well to kind of break it up a little bit even more. We try a ton of rugs on here, but they're just not looking nice. We do try though, but it's just all looking really loud. I was going to do lots of layered rugs, and I was like, ugh. It really does look quite a lot right now. But we do, we compromise by adding a kind of diamond shape with just some plain, what are they called? Just terracotta tiles in the centre of the floor, which I think help break it up. And then once you are actually in, like, once you've got all the furniture in and stuff, I think it really does begin to kind of look a little bit less crazy, because that is, especially as you're going fast and you're looking at it like pulled out. I think once you're in there, in the screenshots as well, they do look a lot better. But just none of these rugs were looking nice. But we do spend quite a long time trying to get this. You could see me even like stopping there and thinking, oh no, I want like a pure diamond kind of shape. Not this kind of weird, I don't know what the colour, like the keyhole shape we got here at the moment, skull shape even. But I think, yeah, we try and go for a full-on diamond eventually. We have to move the whole thing down there, and it's a big old ordeal, but we get there in the end. Look at me trying to add the little, it's just more trouble than it was worth, really. But I do think you can see now that it starts to just like come together a little bit more when you add that big plain colour in there. It just makes it look a little bit more purposefully erratic. Purposefully erratic, guys. But yeah, really trying to shape it up. But yeah, I wonder actually how many of you guys watching watch my LP as well, because I'm wondering how many people who haven't seen my LP would start watching it from the beginning, or whether people would want to like come in halfway through, because right now we're kind of like just basing the characters. There's nothing super big happening right now. I mean, we've just had an episode where something like a bit more storyline is introduced, but for the first parts, I mean, we're up to 8 parts now, I think. I don't know if that's how many will be out by the time you see this, but I think I have filmed 9 and I've edited 8. So yeah, and so we're almost up to our 10 episode mark, and I'm wondering, tell me what you guys think about this. Is me doing kind of update, kind of, you know, what's happened so far episode after episode 10, so it's like a 10 episode kind of mini thing where we're just like finding out what's happened so far, because I feel like it's a lot to ask people if they're coming into it now to be like, I want to go watch back all of the episodes. So yeah, do let me know what you think about that, because I'm tempted to do that. I also don't want to, like, you know, alienate my other episodes though and make less people want to watch them, because I think it is nice to like grow up with these characters and kind of you know what their motives would be eventually, because we're all just like so introductory right now, but I hope to really make these characters very three-dimensional and kind of understand where they're coming from when they do certain stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure how to go about it yet. Here you see us making the little toilet stools. I think we do actually go with 2 toilets in the end instead of 4. Mainly because I didn't like the arrangement of the doors. Was that the main reason? I think it honestly was. I hate when doors go into like a corner. I don't know why that is, because it's not like that doesn't happen in real ones. We also add some really nice, what would these even be called? I guess they're wooden panels. We have a new one as well for the expansion, which we use on the exterior and the interior. I just love that pattern. I think it's really nice because it's not floral, I don't know, it's just an interesting geometric pattern, and that's what I enjoy building with. We were looking for, oh my god, I actually see it there, that's so funny. Even though it's sped up. We were looking for the little lion head fountain head, just because I thought that would be a cool thing to put in the bathroom, or like in the entranceway to the bathroom, just as a sort of, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted it, and I was looking for ages for it, and I was like, does this even exist? And there he is. I guess this is a little bit more, what would you say? I'd say Italian. That statue, you definitely have a lot of Italian lion statues. Is that true? I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like that's something I've seen more in Italy, maybe even France. But you know, I thought it worked nice as a little feature. We don't really have many other options. Love that plant. I would have used that everywhere. We also add a little artichoke. I think I've had like an artichoke tagine. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier when I was thinking of like tabbouleh, and I'm probably pronouncing all of these completely incorrectly. I wonder if there is anyone Lebanese watching. I somehow doubt that, but like I really, really hope that I have at least captured like a small aspect of this. I'm hoping I'm not doing anything that's completely uneducated. I mean, obviously there's only so much that I could do with The Sims, but you know, I'm really trying to do it from a place of appreciation and wanting to make the personality of this place really stand out. I wanted to do a little toilet sign, but I realised if we put it on the door, it will probably just get stuck and your Sims will just like walk through these toilet signs, and I couldn't really think of anywhere else to put it. We've added this really nice, I like that wall hanging that we add. I don't think I've used that wall hanging before, but again I think it's quite like appropriate. We do these really colourful tables with all these different table runners. I think they look really, really nice all together. We add way more than this eventually, I think. Just because I think it makes it look really nice. Add some little waiting areas, I suppose. And those gorgeous new lights as well, which we can see in that little walkway. Also, I looked closer at that little image, and I think that's a really clever picture there, because it shows lots of different parts that could be related to different countries. So I think that's very, very clever. So I put it there to be like, yes, this is Lebanon. Again, if anyone from Lebanon is watching this, I'm so sorry if this isn't at all relevant to your culture. I really hope I've done a good enough job. Trying to arrange the tables, because I feel like in actual restaurants you have a bit more structure to the tables. I don't know. We're also carrying around those little pots and stuff. That's something that we miss out of the end of this, which again we'll have some screenshots soon, that I do a little, because in the Comptoir Lebanese restaurant they have lots of shelves of like all the different products, and there's some really like beautiful teapots and stuff, and we try and do something similar to that, other than the fact that some stuff snaps to shelves and some stuff does not snap to shelves, so that was a bit of a pain. So I'm kind of glad I didn't film that in the end, because we spent like so long just dragging things up onto shelves and it was a bit boring. Trying to add those corner sofa things, because I do think they are nice, but they don't come in like particularly nice colours. Or maybe like in another build they would look fine, but for this I was just like, they don't look that good. Also, it's really sad that they don't work like counters. That would have been really, really nice if we'd have had them work kind of like counter pieces where you can kind of string them along and then make little corners. You have to keep them fitting in a certain space. Sorry, excuse me. This is definitely the little like couples area that we have here. It's really cute in the screenshots actually, that I think the only people in the restaurant that are here, like when we take the screenshots, are just two couples upstairs, which is kind of cute. Hopefully when like you would actually play a little bit more, there'd be like lots more Sims coming in, because I'd love to see this restaurant like full of people. That would be so much fun. And I feel like they have done like quite a big thing to make that into a thing, because you'll probably have heard me complaining before about how when you make your own lots, sometimes Sims don't show up. But I think I've seen lots and lots of Sims in this kind of environment, like in the restaurants for other people's games, so hopefully it's not just my weird game. We're adding lots and lots of lanterns here. That's another thing that I kind of took from my inspiration. Lots and lots of little lanterns. It's sad we don't really have any different shaped ones, some like more, you know, crazier ones, but you know, I think it works nicely. We add lots of different colours, we size some up, and it works kind of pretty. Now this would be the ultimate date spot, I think, don't you think? And there's, you know, a bit more space for a 4-seater here. So I think it is just a really, really nice little space. But yeah, wouldn't it be cute to like propose up here or take someone on like a romantic getaway to whatever this place is called? Oasis Springs. Am I just being weird? I know I'm gonna like feel an idiot if I've got that wrong. Adding in some cute little, we've got so many good lights now, so many like good hanging colourful lights, which are totally the kind of thing I love. We add a little step there as well, just in case they wanted to go out that way. We're looking at the last things that we need to add, which are some little waiter stations, little chef station, and yeah, I think it's all really coming together now. So I think we're about to go to some screenshots? Oh no, not just yet. We're just pausing for a little while. Oh, we add these really nice, I wanted to add them there, but I thought that was a bit too intrusive. So we actually add it because they fit perfectly in there. And I thought just candles and like putting all these little tea lights on the table looked really sweet. We also add more like flowers and stuff, maybe when the camera is turned off. And here we go into the actual kitchen part, which, as I said, like, I put the little chef station, and I don't think you even need a fridge, do you, for the chef station? So it really is just like, I'm not sure what else to put. So we actually make a little office space in the end, which is something I've got to be reminded to do, is if we've got to like lock the door for everyone but the staff or something, so that they can't get into the office and just start playing on the computer or whatever. It's like an office slash little room for the employees, I suppose. There's like lockers and a little sofa, so I think that's kind of cute. But we'll go into those like screenshots a little bit better. I thought I'd make it kind of nice. As a person who, because I work in retail, and so I I guess I've thought about these things more than I probably would have before I worked in retail. And you can see all these little items that I wanted to add on the shelf. All these little, like, there's some really cute new bottles with the candlesticks, and I remember that being such a big thing in English, like pub restaurants and stuff. So I can't wait to add those to my pubs. But I wanted to add them to the shelves in the actual restaurant, but we didn't get a chance to because they just don't fit very well. I mean, I could have raised them all up, but the thing about raising items up in The Sims is quite often they won't stay like that, and then they'll delete items, and then it's all just an ugly mess. So that's kind of sad, but I think we are ending it soon and going to some screenshots. So yeah, sorry for missing out the end bit there, but here we go. Here you see the beautiful exterior. Really like this shot. I put it on Twitter and everyone was like, ah. Seeing a bit more of the side there, that gorgeous like big white pattern, wooden panel pattern, some backing space. There you can see Claudia, little sneaky Claudia. Or maybe we don't. Oh yeah, and there's Louis running away. I don't know, but just a really gorgeous shot there. I'll go a bit more into interior. It's really cute seeing all the Sims like in place. There's a guy there on the phone being the host. I put them in the fancier outfits. Little flowers there that we put in, and behind there you can see, yes, the crazy amounts of pickled peppers or whatever they are. Just a really fun, bright build. That's really what I wanted to get from this. The chef in the kitchen, the waitress, there's a little office space that we do in the end. And yeah, some more exterior shots, I think. And we go out to the upstairs. Here we go. Here's the little couple having their nice time, and yeah, I'm really happy with the floor plan of this. I think it looks really cute. Love those little rugs. It's a shame no one was out on this bit having a date, because that's very cute. Oh, I added a sneaky little bottles right on one of the tables. But here we go in like the evening time into the night, which I think looks gorgeous. Adding those blue little lamp things at the bottom there. And that is it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this extra long build, but I would love to hear what you think, and please subscribe because we're almost to 100, and I will see you guys for new videos soon. Thank you so much. Bye.